Coming up, I abandoned my first landing attempt at St Michaels.
I'm gonna go around.
Good call.
Not what you expect to see at an airfield.
Really?
We wave at a passing farmer in his tractor, and I audition for the lead role in a new production of Billy Elliot.
Golf Oscar Alpha ready for departure. Golf Oscar Alpha, runway 20, take off at your discretion, forward wind 200 degrees, 9 knots. Taking off, Golf Oscar Alpha.
Okay, are you happy to go, Steve?
Happy to go?
Let's have all the available runway.
Definitely.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Rory on Air. It's August 2019 and fellow pilot Steve Middleton and I are off for a trip in the Eurostar.
Clear above. Power's good, everything's in the green.
Until I can bring you along on another helicopter ride, I thought I'd delve into the archive for this trip Steve and I made from Barton to a local grass airfield called St Michaels.
There's 300 feet. Flaps away. There comes the ship canal.
Yep.
500 feet, clear down yours.
Clear.
Golf Oscar Alpha departing the circuit to the northwest, altitude 1,700 feet. Golf Oscar Alpha, roger, basic service. Basic service, Golf Oscar Alpha. Golf Charlie Bravo's final.
I had a feeling it'd be a little bit bumpy today.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked Chris when I got there and he said, yeah, it's a bit bumpy, but it's fine. The visibility's not too bad.
No, it's all right.
I went up on Tuesday and it was appalling. You could just see the mast from the industrial estate. Right, we're good to 3,500 feet in this bit of airspace.
Yep.
So I think we will let ourselves creep up to 2 and we'll go for that.
Yeah, this cloud looks like it's about 2 something, doesn't it?
Maybe just a bit above, but yeah, we'll see. We'll just creep under that. It looks like it's getting a bit better up further north as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like there's much going on water.
No, it's quiet, isn't it?
Warton radar, good morning, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, request basic service and max transit.
Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, what basic service, QNH is 1015, pass your details.
Basic service QNH 1015, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha is a Eurostar microlight from Manchester Barton to St Michaels, currently 2 miles north of Middlebrook Stadium, altitude 2,000 feet. We have 2 POB and would request a direct routing through the maps, please.
Golf Oscar Alpha, transit the maps to the east, squawk for Warton 3646.
Transit the maps approved to the east and squawk 3646, Golf Oscar Alpha.
My camera's fallen off the back. You can take the stick again and I'll put that back. Thank you. It's useful having a co-pilot.
It is, isn't it? I mean, you know, I said to you, I'll do as much or as little as you like.
That's great. Actually, well, you can keep it for a minute if you want.
It's hard from the right seat. Yeah. You think how different can it be? And you know, you've been a passenger in the right seat, and it all looks the same.
Yeah.
But you know, you're swapping hands.
Yeah.
I've not flown the Eurostar since December.
Yeah.
So it's muscle memory, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think you're doing very well, particularly given the conditions. It's pretty bumpy. I would have thought, I find it easier than I thought I would switching between the two because the stick is right hand in the Icarus, so I'm sort of used to changing hands. But maybe it's because you get muscle memory for that aircraft.
I think now that I'm familiar with the area, familiar with the procedures, for me now it's just the aircraft that's different, whereas before it was everything.
Yeah.
Steve was learning at Mainair Flying School at around the same time I got my licence. Like me, he trained on the Eurostar, but at the time of filming this video, he was a part owner and regular pilot of an Icarus C-42.
Golf Oscar Alpha, we're now 1 mile north of the M6 M55 junction, altitude 1,900 feet. We'd like to change frequency to the microlight on 129.830 for St Michaels.
Oscar Alpha, thanks for the call. You can squawk 7,000, that frequency change approved, and the wind at Wharton is 210 degrees at 12 knots. Bye-bye.
Squawk 7000, many thanks for the service, Golf Oscar Alpha.
So they'll be using runway 22, I think, and the circuit's to the east, and it's
500-foot circuit, is it?
yeah, it's 500-foot circuits. I think it's overhead join at 1500, and then 500-foot circuits. But what we'll do is we'll just go over it, or just to the north of it, where we are now.
There's something on the runway. I just saw
there is.
it now.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah. Live check. We know where we are. Instruments are all in the green. Fuel is good, and we've been in the air for about 20 minutes. I set that up to automatically trigger every 20 minutes to tell me to do a live check.
On skydiving?
Yeah. You can have it set to do alerts of whatever you want.
Never used that, that's a good idea.
Right, so they're coming off at the intersection and then taxiing down the other runway by the looks of it.
Okay.
Taxiing across the field. There's no numbers painted on the runways here, but...
That's what your compass is for.
Yeah, exactly. Right, well as is this the dead side, I'm going to drop down to 1500
Clear
and we'll
below.
go around again, yeah. QFE's one below, so we'll have 1014. Quite a strong wind though, isn't it? It feels like it's coming from over there. So I think that is the right runway to use, just over the road.
You call it, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to call it.
St Michaels traffic, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha overhead, QFE height 1,500 feet, 2 POB, intending to land on runway 22.
Right, so we'll go in that way.
Yep.
So that's dead side. So once we've crossed these numbers, we'll descend and I'll do another call.
Golf Oscar Alpha descending dead side for runway 22.
Golf Oscar Alpha, the wind at Russell is 240, 23 miles an hour.
Many thanks, Golf Oscar Alpha.
That's James.
Yep.
Lines up nicely with the windsock too.
It
so
does, yeah.
That's good. Fuel sufficient to go around, altimeter is set, traffic non-visual, hatches and harnesses secure, and the wind is pretty much straight down the runway.
It's moving a little bit. You might find it a bit crossy by the time you get there.
Well, if we don't like it, we'll throw it away.
Definitely.
We don't need to go in there. Right, we're in the White Arc, so we'll have a stage. I think we'll come in on 2 stages.
Yep.
Clear down there. That's sink right there. Probably get some rotor off these trees.
Golf Oscar Alpha, final to land runway 22, St Michaels.
Happy?
Yep. Good call.
Positive rate. Flaps to 1. Oof, that is bumpy.
That's a
Very
good call,
crossy too.
Golf Oscar Alpha going around St Michaels.
That truck didn't help, did it? Passing just as you were coming in.
Yeah, I almost threw it away at the point that I saw that, but I could see it wasn't high enough to be an actual danger, but
your eye tracks it, doesn't it? My eye tracked it.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of knew at that point it wasn't going to go very well, but it was still worth pursuing to see how short it felt.
The thing is, you get a good look at it as well.
Yeah.
On the final, it looks short, but actually, when you get to the threshold, it's actually not that short.
No, it's not too bad, is it? Still the most favourable runway, though.
Definitely.
St Michaels traffic, Golf Oscar Alpha downwind to land runway 22.
I find myself saying sometimes I should have gone around, and really I should stop saying that and actually go around.
Yeah. Well, it's good practice in itself, so and that's part of the reason for doing these small strips, I think. Yeah. I mean, I've done some landings at Barton where I've not even touched down till halfway along the runway. You just think, oh, fair enough, there's stacks of room.
Yeah.
Still don't even have to hammer the brakes even then.
Yeah. You get quite lazy, don't you?
Yeah. See if we can make a bit of a neater job of the circuit.
Looking a bit nicer.
Yeah. A good landing begins with a good approach, and that wasn't the best.
I think the noise abatement procedures, not just here but at lots of places, mess with your circuit a little bit, like Sherburn for example is one where you have to do a weird circuit.
Shobden's weird, you have to go really wide.
Not been there.
It's good. Okay, this is looking slightly better.
Yep.
Golf Oscar Alpha, final to land runway 22, St Michaels.
Runway disappeared. Nice landing.
That was okay considering.
Yep.
I thought I'd dump the flaps because it helps give you more braking effort. Not what you expect to see at an airfield.
Really?
I think I'll just park here, eh?
I think that's fair enough, yeah.
Park into wind. Okay. Post landing checks, flaps are retracted, landing light goes off, GPS goes off, transponder off. Welcome to St Michaels, everybody. That was an interesting experience. Let's go in and do our landing fee and see if there's anybody to have a chat to. Off. Well, welcome to St Michaels Airfield, which is in Lancashire. It's only a short 20-minute trip from Barton. They've got 3 runways, and it's quite windy today actually. I mean, looking at the windsock, it's fairly gusty and a little bit of a crosswind on the runway that we used. We came in Oscar Alpha with Steve. He's another pilot and a friend of mine from Barton. We sort of learned to fly together at the same time, but you've seen us fly together to Welshpool, so we don't need to go into that. You can watch that video.
Definitely watch that video.
But yeah, we thought we'd drop into St Michaels because we've both flown over it or past it several times on various other trips, but never actually stopped, and just thought we'd give it a go. I'm sure on a summer's day there'll be people sat out here having a lovely time. It's very quiet today. We're literally the only people here, apart from the farmer and his tractor who waited for us so that he could drive across the runway, so that's a first. Pilot instructor. How scary?
Yeah.
£5 landing fee here at St Michaels, and I didn't have any money this morning, so I raided Lizzie's purse. And ta-da!
There it goes, Lizzie. Bye bye.
So yeah, right. Let's. What time is it? 12:10. I'm not sure whether we should try Rossall or not.
I think we should probably go back.
I think we should probably get back. Yeah. Okay. We'll get back on board then and head back to Barton. Let's go. Right, I'll leave you here then, Steve.
No! Wait for me! Don't leave me, Rory.
St Michaels traffic, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, taxiing for runway 22.
What we might do actually is just do our pre-takeoff checks here.
Yeah. Because you're going to backtrack, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. So that saves me loitering at the end of the runway for ages.
Inspect that dip in the middle.
Yeah.
Got a feeling, somebody warned me about that when I was talking about going into St Michaels.
St Michaels traffic, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, backtracking for runway 22, immediate departure.
Yeah, it's this coming up here, isn't it? To be fair, we did touch down before it.
We did.
Which I think was probably the right thing to do.
Oh yeah.
But that is quite a severe bump.
Less
Hopefully
severe.
we'll be off as we go.
Well, I was just going to say, if you use all the runway, I think you'll be off.
Yeah. Ski jump it. Instruments are in the green. Cameras are rolling. Time to leave St Michaels. Bit of a crosswind from the right, so a little bit of right hand stick, bit of right rudder. You happy to go?
Happy to go, let's do it.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. It came out of ground effect on that bump. You feel that?
Well, it came out and then, well, what happened? You nipped the nose? Were you losing speed?
No, I think it came out of ground effect, and that's what made us drop.
Right.
So I just wanted to lower the nose a bit. 300 feet flaps away.
I think I'll come back on a calm day. But even so, on a calm day, it's still tricky.
Still one to add to the logbook.
Definitely.
St Michaels traffic, Golf Oscar Alpha, climbing into the overhead and changing to Wharton radar on 129.530.
Well, that was interesting, I think. What do you think you took from that?
I would say that short strips are hard to land in and really focus the mind.
Yeah.
But it's a good skill to have, and definitely something I want to develop. So good to experience it. Shame there was no one there.
Yeah. Well, apart from the tractor driver. Yeah. No, I'm glad I threw that first one away. I just didn't feel happy about that.
Absolutely.
And it was good to have a look at it and eyeball it. And the strip felt longer when we got down onto it than I'd initially expected.
Yeah.
Which meant the second time, when I was still quite high over the hedge, I felt confident to hold it off and wait and not throw it away because I felt it was too short.
You had room.
I had room, and I didn't have to use the brakes very much to come to a stop before the end. So I think it was fine.
Yeah, it was good. It's been very quiet, you know?
Yeah, we have been very quiet today. In fact, when I was on frequency the other day on my first flight back after being away for weeks, I got to just the north of the Middlebrook and I called up for a basic service and did the whole call, passing message and all the rest of it, and then on the last response when I was reading back the squawk, the controller said, "Hi Rory, nice to have you back on frequency, it's been a while." So I was slightly taken aback. Didn't respond immediately.
How do you respond to that? Yeah.
I just said, great to be back in the air again.
I don't think I've ever been recognised on frequency, not for any of the right reasons anyway.
Yeah, it's usually Chris or Marcus saying, "Well, you didn't do that call very well, did you, Rory?"
Although it's less and less these days, so I'm taking that.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm loving that.
Spartan information, Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, request join.
Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha, bus information, hello, flash message.
Golf Charlie Delta Oscar Alpha is a Eurostar microlight from St Michaels to Barton, currently 1 mile south, Middlebrook Stadium, altitude 1,800 feet, 2 POB.
Golf Oscar Alpha, runway 20, circuit right hand, KFE 1015, squawk 7365.
Runway 20, circuit right hand, QFE 1015 and squawk 7365, Golf Oscar Alpha.
Golf Oscar Alpha, traffic outbound R44 helicopter, reported departing the ATZ to the north at minute 37.
Looking for traffic, Golf Oscar Alpha.
This flight was interesting to me as it's one of the few times I felt the need to go around from an approach in a real world situation. It was quite gusty at St Michaels, I wasn't familiar with the airfield, and the truck passing in front of us on short final had demanded some of my attention. I think opting to go around was the right thing to do.
Beautiful landing.
This landing back at Barton was quite tricky too, but all these experiences are great practice and having another pilot with you can also be helpful.
Golf Oscar Alpha, taxi main apron.
Taxi main apron, Golf Oscar Alpha.
Well done.
220 degrees 17.
Thank you. That was one of the most challenging approaches I think I've ever had.
Yeah. I've only ever had one anywhere near as bad as that. That was my Woodvale one, where it was similar conditions.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Yeah.
But I think I felt confident with that most of the way down.
I thought you did very well there.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload new videos, and I'll see you on the next one. In the meantime, thanks for watching, enjoy your flying and stay safe.